excelling in STEM programs. Not only that, these people are the creators and the masters of some of the most strategic games. Chess. Other people like to take credit for it, but no, it's from Iran. Backgammon, polo, the sports of the kings. You guys think of Iran as just some low-class Middle Eastern country. America really got you all in your fucking head that you're from the greatest country. No, you're from a country where its leaders made sure you were dumb. They're saying that the only way America has a chance to win this war is by putting soldiers on the ground. These people rank #1 for wrestling. The country is known for wrestling. The country ranks #1 for taekwondo. If you think they don't have weapons, they rank some of the highest for their metal work. This country is thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. USA needs to take the L and back.
2000 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight we gonna party like it's 1999. Rest in peace to Prince. Party over. Party is over. I don't know what y'all don't understand, what you're not paying attention to, but the elite all have doomsday bunkers, right? Now
It's time for the Elimination Chamber match. For this one, we have Bianca Belair and Tiffany Stratton. And it's all a matter of time now until we see the Elimination Chamber pods empty. With Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill, and Alexa Bliss.
Superstars might be pacing around the ring, but it's always better to begin an Elimination Chamber match in a pod. You want to limit your exposure to these treacherous confines.
Oh, that's gonna sting your back. Strong kick.
A heel hook locked in. You can almost hear the opponents yelling in agony. Just caught flush.
And momentum is slipping away from Lynch.
Bliss is executing her game plan. Just straining the body.
Look out, Bianca Belair is out of the pod and set to attack.
Nothing fancy about that. Coming down with a leg drop. Big clothesline.
Byron, you have to think being the last one to enter the action is an advantage.
You might think that, Michael, but while they might be the freshest in the ring, there's less time to explore the chamber. Your opponents have had time to devise their plans in real time, and now you're playing catch-up.
Lynch is maintaining the advantage. Alexa's got to flip the switch soon.
Ouch! Ooh! What a kick! Gets out of dodge.
Continuing to work on their opponent's arm. Oh, man. Arm breaker takes him down.
Oh, man. Tiffany Stratton's joined the fun and looks to release a firestorm of brutality. Into the reverse DDT.
There it is! Reversal! On a heel hook. Stretch. Tiffany manages to counter. And Bliss dealing with some defiant opposition.
Yeah, the environment of the chamber just breeds pain and punishment from the competitors. To be on the receiving end of that, you just kind of have to accept it and move on.
Oh, look at that torture their opponent. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Oh, man.
Oh, Belair reminding us why she's the strongest. My goodness. The amount of force behind that is enough to knock a normal person out. Propped up in the corner.
Timely reversal on Lynch. Taking things to the unforgiving chamber floor here. She's headed to the outside. No threat of count out here. And scaling the chamber wall. Wonder what's in store here.
And painful as well.
Bianca outthought her there. Dropping the leg.
She's looking to go top rope here.
The light is on, and it's Jade Cargill who's unleashed from her pod into the Elimination Chamber. They're going to wear down their opponent. Oh, with the heel hook stretch. And she anticipated what was coming. Nice takedown, stack for the pin.
Stopping the pin. She reverses and creates an opportunity.
These two reaching a standstill with all these reversals.
There goes Ripley, sent to the outside hard.
Stratton is all fired up. She's locked in, looking to go for something big. Ouch.
Close on to the back of the neck. Low blow.
Becky Lynch, manhandle slam. Becky has opened up an opportunity. Oh, check this out. What a DDT. Man, good night. And can that keep Becky down? And Belair now gaining the advantage on Ripley.
I mean, somebody pretty simple as this. And a lot of times I just really ticked off and I get frustrated because of the lack of focus and the questions and the pauses that are necessary. You know, they get mixed up with the security all the time. You know, the president didn't consult with Congress. The president didn't consult with anybody. We're not supposed to be declaring wars. Congress only has the right to do that constitutionally. Blah, 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 blah. Hell, even our president. And then came down the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has actually informed the Gang of Eight that, listen, this is what we're intending to do, and here is why. And by the way, that's constitutionally correct. And I have to make sure that I look this up, because I have to make sure that I got this. This says in the United States, the Gang of Eight refers to the small bipartisan group of 60 members of Congress who agree on the most sensitive national security and intelligence matters. All things so classified, they are not shared with lawmakers. And what does the Gang of Eight consist of exactly? Speaker of the House, Minority House Leader, Chairman of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, ranking member, top minority member of the House Intelligence Committee. And in the Senate, the Senate Majority Leader, the Senate Minority Leader, Chair of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, and the Vice Chair, ranking minority member of the Senate Intelligence Committee. So essentially, the top four figures for these calls. Period. They were informed. And you're making all this noise about what was constitutional or what's not constitutional. What you should be worried about is the fact that Trump is a bit weak. That Trump doesn't seem to have all his ducks in order. Because last time I checked, wasn't it just months ago, if not weeks ago, when he joined the collab with Israel in bombing Iranian nuclear sites? Didn't he say they were obliterated? Didn't he say they were completely stripped of any power? We stopped them. If you stop them, why would you need to stop them again? What are we missing? So these are the kind of questions that you have to ask. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. This is what's so damn frustrating about all of this. But then on the baseball side, you got everybody. You got Bruce going over the place. You got everybody going over. You got Chris Gaines and everybody else talking about, hey, it's unconstitutional. So evidently it's not. Article 2 of the Constitution stipulates that the president doesn't have the right to act. It's a national security issue. So he was never really in any trouble. He was never really in any danger of being stripped of his posting team to command his team to make such a decision. Why are we acting like he is? Why shouldn't we instead of be focused on what he's doing? Why are you doing this? We should have focused on that, but we didn't do it. Then needless to say, Trump has his interpretation of things while others have theirs. Listen to Trump. Put a cut in, please, with Trump talking about how out of control Iran is. Play it, okay? You see the movement progress that's being made. The missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launches are being wiped out. They're attacking their neighbors. They're attacking their, in some cases, allies, or not so long ago allies. And we're really a nation that we got to control, and we're really beautiful. We're waiting to realize it. The big factor is Soleimani, the killing of Soleimani in that first term. And maybe the biggest factor is the rebuilding of the military in my first term. And then the deep and I use the word obliterate because it really was a complete obliteration of their nuclear potential. And that stepped them back very seriously. If we didn't hit within 2 weeks, they would have had a nuclear weapon. If we didn't do the B-2 attack a number of months ago, they would have a nuclear weapon. When crazy people have nuclear weapons, they're going to drop them. You can't press them with crazy, though. No longer can the bullets and strategy.
she's taken tonight. Yeah, she's really looking on the suits and anticipating that. What a shot. Reverse on Cargill.
Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the United States Constitution declares the President to be Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Navy, and State Police. President often cites his power to justify unilateral military action without immediate congressional approval, specifically to defend U.S. citizens or respond to threats. Period. Period. Now, do I think that he's somebody that is looking for the future? Sure, they did try to kill him. Well, we took another one. We looked up to him. We understand that. And we understood that they probably weren't going to stop trying to kill him. So he took out an enemy. The question is whether it was his enemy or was that of the United States of America. And everybody, including Democrats, have acknowledged that Iran was an existential threat. And there's no way on earth that they should ever be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. But then we go back to what Trump said when he said they were obliterated weeks ago. So why do this? Go to cut 7, please. Trump, I won't put America in any war. Listen to this.
I will expel the warmongers from our national security state and carry out a much-needed cleanup of the military-industrial complex to stop the war profiteering and to put always America first. She said, look at him, listen to him. He's going to start a war. Listen to his rhetoric. He's going to start a war.
Got out of the way that time. Chess match of counters and reversals happening here.
You heard one politician after another on the left.
I don't get this. She's barely paying
Especially
attention.
the people around the people who speak about talking about we will
I think the desk is shaking.
because they're crazy and they're evil and they must never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. You're not going to win this argument with Trump. Now, it doesn't help Trump, by the way, when you're always talking about fake news, and now you have a puppeteer, so to speak, of the Secretary of Defense and Pete Hegseth, Mr. Fox News on the weekend, saying stuff like this. Please play puppeteer, so Iran will still be able to shoot the missiles and still be able to launch one-way attack drones at civilian targets, and they're they're all terrorists. That's right. And they need to tell us to go now.
Bianca Belair with the power.
This is what you're taking control of one of the most without something to do. These people are
Situation for Lynch.
Tiffany finds the edge. And more damage being inflicted on the torso. There's two.
So the country
She
is
kicks
back.
out. She kicks out.
There was
We
almost
won.
all over.
We don't know how many other ways it is. We all know that what we do to have a nuclear weapon. We're not talking about our nuclear weapon. We're talking about the leader. I'm talking about the leader. He was killed according to the nuclear security. He was dead. And now his son is scheduled to take over. At least that's what the rumor is. It's Saudi. We know that they have proxies all over the place. Even though Hezbollah and Hamas and the and Yemen and others have received or being drastically compromised because of decisions made by Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israel and other presidents Trump about an enemy that's still a top of the field that we all have to deal with. And because we all have to deal with that, that makes everything up to them. It puts everything in the air right here. Matter of fact, the only voice that you really want to hear from the Republican side is just because they're time, the Secretary of State is not for India. Because we all agree to be the only adult in the room. We're giving you all of that right here, straight to the short Stephen A. over the airways with Sirius XM, Polish Radio, Channel 124, 667, the District is 987, 687. There's no way that I can go to an entire open monologue without showing victory to Representative George the country. She lost. First of all, the shoot to the United States Tennessee to James Rodriguez. 54% to 46.2%. She lost this election bill, trying to win one of those two U.S. Senate seats in Texas. Where she was going to representing about 156,000 constituents, plus 31 million people. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to discuss.
Now we see Bliss.
It would have been nice if we I would have liked to see Carl Daniel against the Republican Senator, whether it was Clinton, whether it was Impact Team, whenever. Wrestling Zone was a marvelous guest last week on this show. It would have been nice to see her going up against one vote to the U.S. Senate seat, but it was not to be. She called earlier and sent out this tweet. This morning on Paul Gates and congratulating him on becoming the Senate nominee. That he's responding to the move, we must remain united because it's bigger than any one person. It's about the people of all 30 million Texans and getting America back on track. With the primary behind us, Democrats will rally around our nominee and win. I'm committed to doing my part and will continue working to elect Democrats up and down the ballot. End quote. You probably know this business, but we know we put everything we need to bring your business. We print banners and signs that help you stand out. And must have merch like Pathetic T-shirts. Right now, you have merch to get 20% off with code BUTWIN. Because if you did, we print it. On the new Civil Rights Show podcast, let's just take a deep dive before the events that shape the news. This is the new Civil Rights Show podcast, available wherever you get your podcast. Because what happened here changed the world.
Kick to the midsection.
That still doesn't get him. Good off to that. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the replay. And Jack is about to. Especially with WWE. In policies and their ideology and stuff. One wants to focus a little bit more on Paris than the other. Both of them were opposed to immigration policy impacted. We all know this. But why did Gabby Crockett lose this election? They want to tell you that she lost because she didn't associate herself with Hispanics. Because they have over 6.5 million Hispanic voters in the state of Texas. And she didn't endear herself to them nearly as well as she should have. She was criticized, she's been criticized for comments that she was alienating Hispanic voters leading into the election. Remarks primarily from the 2024 Vanity Fair interview where she discussed Latino support for Donald Trump and immigration views. She described some Latino immigrant attitudes towards undocumented immigrants as reminiscent of quote-unquote slave mentality. She went on to say it almost reminds me of what people will talk about when they talk about the kind of like slave mentality and the hate that some slaves will have for themselves. In the full context of elaborating, the immigration thing has always been something that has perplexed me about the community. It's basically like, I quit the video, but I left y'all where I left y'all. And I want no more y'all coming. If I wanted to be with y'all, I would stay with y'all. But I don't want y'all coming to my new home. It's almost like a slave mentality that they have. It was wild for me when I hear how anti-immigrants they are as immigrants. Many of them. Perhaps the most damaging thing is when Jake Tapper questioned about an exact quote that she gave. It was at a church event in April of 2025. And she received backlash for implying racial stereotypes about labor and immigration. So had to go around the country educating people about what immigrants do in this country. And the fact is we are a country of immigrants. The fact is none of y'all trying to go on the farm right now. You're not. You're done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation. Critics including Latinos call for racist resistance. This is not about me. This is not about you. It's not about anybody. It's about the voters in Texas and what they're saying ultimately had an impact in deciding how this election went. You got a guy, James Tallarico, who's a seminarian and a teacher, who believes in compromise and pulling folks over to his side and working across the aisle and doing stuff like that. That was his style. and he was focusing on Ken Paxton, a Republican candidate for the United States Senate, who's an attorney general of Texas, and was focusing on him because it's widely believed that he will beat John Kerry eventually, particularly in the runoff. Whereas the focus on Trump, and not giving him an inch to breathe, and being all up his, you know what, for every little thing that he did, and what the Texas did. You see, he's pulling back. So what I was trying to say.
And Belair is giving every bit as good as she's gotten so far.
He's still fighting to maintain that dominant edge we've come to expect from the EST.
That's
She's taking things back into the ring.
it's a little bit different.
Climbing the chamber. She's got something in mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was in Washington.
You can't be serious. Climbing to the top of the pond.
I don't think
And
this
I was
is being
watching an
thought
episode
through.
of Martin, and this has never happened to me in my life.
The count was stopped before it's gone. No.
In the middle of the
The
COVID,
judgment of that decision could
the
be
shutdown,
a costly mistake.
and the commercial with the American flag over the television screen and the national anthem is playing over there.
Snap suplex.
That don't happen in Houston.
Our official got
That
caught
don't
in the
happen in Houston. It happens in LA. But it happens in Texas. Look at that. Look at that. And when we talk about all these things, what it came down to is that we go over and grab the